I have a Hot Springs Jetsetter, Model J, with a 110B setup. I bought it from a friend and it has worked like a charm, used, for about 3 years now. Recently it developed some unusual noises while just in the on state, not running the jet pumps. I suspected the circ pump was failing. The tub is about 12 years old. I decided to replace the circ pump and the leftmost breaker, DPDT, since there was some scoring on the wiring coming from the leftmost breaker. I refilled the tub and turned on the power. The jet pump works fine, but the circ pump does nothing, nor does the heater seem to be heating anything. What should I do?
Hello. My name is XXXXXXXXXX. Allow me a moment to review your question thoroughly. I'll do my best to answer your question and resolve your issue. Our chat has ended, but you can still continue to ask me questions here until you are satisfied with your answer. Come back to this page to view our conversation and any other new information. What happens now? Or, you can reply to me using the box below.
Sorry about disconnecting, I thought that I was not officially online with a chatting answering person.
Hi Steve, no problem. Our posts crossed paths. Okay. You had a scraping/rattling circ getting ready to fail and you replaced it. You noticed one of the two heater relays had some issue and you replaced that as well. So to have those relays and not a heater board, your Jetsetter is probably a couple years older than 12. Maybe .99 or 00. So that means you may still have the original flow switch that usually removed on a heater upgrade, or if not, you will have a jumper wire where the switch was. This would explain the no heat if the circ was not working or flowing. On your tub, the pump and circ pump are powered by the same circuit, so there is either an issue with the new pump wiring or model of pump, or an issue on the board, or the summer timer, small sliding switch on the side of the IQ box, is on. So to begin, I need some info to help you fix this thing and get hot tubing again. 1. What circ pump did you use and did you wire it? New pumps are now shipped with cords. Did you use a Hot Springs circ pump? 2. Is the circ pump getting 120V at the terminals? Do you have the wires on the correct tabs? 3. Is there still a flow switch in the plumbing after the heater? It will plug into the side of the IQ box below the two thermistors in the heater. If the switch is bypassed, there will be a jumper wire plugged in there. 4. Did you flip the summer timer switch by accident? Usually under a sticker on the side of the IQ box. Easy to do and will disable the circ most of the time. There will be a summer icon in the display, not usually there. 5. Please tell me anything else that may be helpful that comes to mind. The heater relay should have no effect on the circ pump. The circ pump can, however, make the heater not work. Work with a little and we can figure this out. I know my Hot Springs very well. Standing by, Todd. One more thing. There is a red power light and a green ready light on the control panel. 1. Is the red power on steady or flashing? 2. Is the green ready on /off/ or flashing? The circuit board has 3 LED lights on it. What is each one doing? Heater on, control unplugged, and high limit.
Sorry about the crossing paths. Specific answers. I bought a new Silent Flow E5 pump, the kind Watkins sells. I bought it new from a third party. It was shipped with wires on, but no spade lugs connected. I added spaded lugs and installed it, joining it to the existing plumbing in exactly the same config as the smaller pump, OEM pump, which it replaced. I used my multimeter and verified there was 110 volts current at the circuit board. In 2 places, 1, at the input to the bus bar. 2, at the circuit board terminals where the floodlight wires attach. I checked the output terminals at the output side of the DPST which feed the heater, and there was no voltage. I also checked the output terminals on the circuit board feeding the circ pump. Again 0 volts. The red light, indicating power, is steady on, not flashing.
Steve, it looks like you are posting a second question in regards XXXXXXXXXX one we are already on. I will close that out as duplicate. Please continue on this thread. We are not done solving your issue. I apologize for any billing issues. I'm here until your question is answered, but more importantly I will still help until your issue is resolved, which is really why you're here in the first place. Okay, if there is no voltage to the circ. Pump off the board, then you have the summer timer switch flipped or the board is bad. That switch in summer mode would disable the circ and heater. Please check that on the side of the control box, it's just a small sliding black switch, usually under a reddish sticker to keep it from sliding. If the tub is not in summer mode and there is 120V going in at the main terminal and there is still no power at the circ pump wires, then the board is bad. I still don't know if you are using a flow switch. Check the summer mode switch. It is right above the 3 sensor plugs on the outside of the IQ box. The switch must be up. Then reset the tub by unplugging it and waiting 1 minute. Standing by, Todd. Standing by, Todd.
Thanks. Will do, and I will let you know what happens. You rock. Steve.
Thank you. Come back if you need to continue, no worries. I'm here until we solve what is happening and why. Feel free to re-rate me if you want, great feedback is very helpful to us. Just like every job. Smile. I reported your billing concern to my moderator and closed out your second question. There should not be any billing on the second question. Have a good night and tease. Standing by, Todd. I found that switch. And it was indeed not on. So I switched it on. An audible click was heard. And the heater came on. I noticed bubbles flowing in the tubes and the heater was getting warm right away. But the recirc pump was not coming on. A few seconds later. Another audible click and the heater turned off and the red light started flashing. When the red light was flashing, I tried to engage the main jet pump. But it would not come on. So I unplugged the hot tub and let it sit for about 3 minutes. I plugged it back in. And the audible click was heard again, and the heater came on, again, and bubbles could be seen in the tubes. I suspected that the jet pump would work, so I turned it on, successfully, and it worked. I noticed that the heater was still on while the jet pump was on. I turned the jet pump off and wanted to see if the recirc pump would come on. It did not. After about 15 seconds, a click was heard and the heater turned off and the red light started flashing again. I guess the recirc pump is not getting power, but I don't know why. Steve. Great. Actually, up is off, what you want. On is for very hot climates and turns the circ/heater off for extended periods. Pretty much useless. Now you probably are dealing with the usual airlock problem on startup. Restart the tub and turn the jets on right away. This will disable the heater temporarily on the 120V models. Now, carefully crack loose the hose coming off the circ to the heater and let any air out. It should start spraying, just cover it with your hand around it. Don't remove the hose, just break it loose enough to burp the pump. Now put the clamp back down and see if the circ is flowing. Turn the jets off and let the heater come on. The flashing power light means the high limit tripped because the heater got too hot from no flow. Double check the water level is above the filter tops. It wouldn't hurt to remove them for this step temporarily. Standing by, Todd 41721.10702763889.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.